Well, Mom would be real proud of me. I did my hair today. I hope you guys notice. Please comment that you noticed that I did my hair, so my mom's all proud of me. That's not the point. We are here to talk about Virgil van Dijk's Florian Wirtz today. Virgil van Dijk's ass. And, okay, I live in a world where there are a lot of jokes and a lot of memes flying around, but the whole meme of referring to somebody's, referring to somebody's ass by saying there and then fill in the blank with somebody whose ass. I don't actually think Florian Wirtz's ass, by the way. That joke format is just so perfect. You know, like Van Dijk's Isak. That's crazy. It's Van Dijk's ass. Van Dijk's U.S. national team. That's what we're here to talk about today. Virgil van Dijk and his suspect Cardi B, Nicki Minaj-esque defending. Because it's drawn a lot of ire, right? And I want to, as somebody who clearly possesses the most ball knowledge at this lunch table, right? Obviously, clearly, I would like to weigh in on how we end up with a picture like this. This image, which is Moises Caicedo, and of course, what was, if you happen to miss it, Chelsea's 2-1 win against Liverpool. Moises Caicedo. What is this gif over here? It's just a dude twerking in the pool. I'm not going to be able to keep a straight face through this whole video. It's Kaisedo rampaging forward, just shelving a ball, while Virgil van Dijk is seemingly not dialed into the same area code. He's all the way over here, completely out of the area, and Moises Caicedo comes in and just cashes the check, right? First, before we get into the U.S. men's national team happening over here, Moises Caicedo, fucking great player now. Like, really, genuinely. I was signing this guy for $5 million on Football Manager for a while. And for some reason, it takes Brighton signing him to then make everybody want to spend $120 million on him. He seemed like one of those obvious slam dunk guys, and sure, he moved to Chelsea, and he wasn't great for a little while. But you give these people a little time, you give them faith, you put them in the right system. Maresca, good job. And you unlock the ability that everybody knows is there, where Moises Caicedo is becoming one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world. And if you didn't know that, welcome to the party. It's been happening for a little while. But this was bad defending, right? Or at least it looks like it from this picture, right? But my first reaction, I feel like everybody's first gut reaction when you live on football Twitterverse is to doubt that, right? Because maybe this was just the angle. Maybe it was just the angle. Right? This is Virgil van Dijk we're talking about. This is Virgil van Dijk, a guy that has been considered a top 3 center back in the world for like half a decade, right? Somebody that was part of, Champions League winning team, Premier League winning team, has been a stalwart on one of the best teams in the world basically for a very long time. Somebody that I also once signed in Football Manager, so I always believed in him. Van Dijk was actually one of the first people that I watched transition from how good they were in Football Manager. I did win the Champions League with him on Football Manager as well, to being that good in real life. So that was fun for me. That's just a side note I don't think I've ever mentioned publicly before. He was on my 2014 Celtic Champions League winning team, or an FM14 anyways. But then you actually watch the highlight. I sought it out. I was like, there's no way it was that bad. There's no way. So I seek the highlight out, right? Because I wasn't able to watch this game. I can't remember what the reason was. I probably should have. Looked like it was a fucking banger, right? I need to schedule my days better, right? It starts with Moises Caicedo just slipping a defender. Beautiful. See you later, McAllister. And he's running forward. And now, heels about 25 yards from goal is Virgil van Dijk. Now, there are going to be some qualifiers to what we are about to see. Obviously, you know me. I'm like Dwight Schrute. I know how to sit on a fence. You can even sleep on a fence. The secret is to put the post in your mouth. That's a quote from The Office. I am not being suggestive. Okay. Moises Caicedo continues to go forward. Virgil van Dijk continues to just back up here and then run back. I don't know what Virgil van Dijk exactly thinks is going to happen, but he continues to kind of run back, and Moises Caicedo then winds up and unleashes the holy fury of God on this shot and shelves it. Okay. Now, I do think that this is one of the, it is terrible defending by Virgil van Dijk. This picture, while normally when you see a picture like this, it's like, oh, there's This is terrible defending. But I think it's also great play from Moises Caicedo. There are a couple of things going on here, right, that need to be considered. The reason Virgil van Dijk is a great defender is because his anticipatory skills are incredible. The one common thread between all great defenders in football is their ability to read. It's kind of the same as being really good at EAFC. You are predicting what the other person is doing and then positioning yourself appropriately to disrupt that. Right, like we've all played EAFC more than we would probably like to admit in our lives, even if you hate the game. I did too. For a long period of my life, that was what I just did. And being good at defense in those games and being good at defense in real life is about anticipating what is going to happen and getting there first. Being big and strong and fast helps you do that, but you still need to be able to do that. Because you know what? There's a lot of big and strong and fast guys. And LeBron James is bigger and stronger and faster, but he is not playing center back for Liverpool. Van Dijk is, right? Like you still have to be able to anticipate what's happening. So as Van Dijk is backpedaling here, we're going to really break this shit down to understand how Virgil van Dijk ends up looking like Boateng at the end of a Lionel Messi movie. Okay. And Moises Caicedo winds up for a shot, at which point Virgil van Dijk is positioning himself in a much better spot. He's still throwing it back like Cardi B. But there is a danger, obviously, as a center back if he comes too far forward in this situation. Right? Now, I want to be clear. This is not me being I'm not creating excuses for Van Dijk because I can see where some people would think this is going. Oh, I can't believe he's defending. Van Dijk's terrible. It's terrible defending. It's terrible defending because he overthought it, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Moises Caicedo is winding up this shot. Virgil van Dijk is now trying to get in the shooting lane. Generally speaking, if you have the scouting report here, Moises Caicedo cranking that thing from 30 yards is not ideal, but when you have no midfield in front of you, you're not necessarily going to compromise the entire defensive back line to step forward, especially when you have this guy. Especially when this guy's over here. You are not going to want to step forward because then this guy's got space that he can run into, which is what really fucks with Virgil van Dijk on this play. Because as Moises Caicedo pumps the shot, he fakes the shot, and then we'll watch this at like full speed here. He pumps the shot, and then look what he does next. Fakes the shot, and then takes a little stutter step. This is, I'm not exaggerating, Messi-esque. I'm not saying Moises Caicedo is ever going to be a shadow of what Lionel Messi is. I'm not saying Moises Caicedo is a brilliant dribbler. But what Lionel Messi is so good at, right, always has been, is he varies his footwork up to be able to do things other people don't do. There's that famous video of Lionel Messi when he goes by some guy, but the way that he does it is he, instead of, you know, when you walk or you run, your steps alternate, he does a hop step. His right foot hits the ground, and then the next foot to hit the ground is the right foot again, which allows him to create a move that you're just not used to because you're used to people just running, right? And he does a little hop step. Oh, I'm gone, right? Because I just stepped with my right foot twice, I can still use my left foot to take the ball the other way. Moises Caicedo is kind of doing something like that here. This is nasty from Moises Caicedo. Look at how quickly he fakes the shot and then gets into what is a fake pass. It's like a double stutter step thing going on. Fakes the shot and then fakes the pass and then is able to, with the footwork that he's using here, reload the shot. And while this is happening, Virgil van Dijk is anticipating the pass. Right? He sees the fake shot. He's anticipating the pass. Virgil van Dijk commits completely to trying to shut down the pass. Commits completely. He goes full sprint, full hip turn, full sprint to cutting off the pass, which, if this was somebody shittier than Moises Caicedo, would be a good play, right? If this was somebody that was not on one, that's a good move. Or at least, I wouldn't say it's a good move, it's worked for Van Dijk in the past, right? Because he is trying, it is a high-risk, high-reward strategy that Virgil van Dijk is going for, which defensively you don't usually love, but it's clearly worked for him before, where he's going, oh, he's faking the shot and making the pass. I'm going to completely sell out to intercept this pass. If Kaisedo makes this pass, he's going to end up looking like an idiot because I'm already there. The problem for Van Dijk is that he's just basically been one-upped here. He just got owned by Moises Caicedo, whose footwork has now allowed him to reload the shot. But the issue that I have with Van Dijk and the way that he's done this, and then obviously quick, the footwork's there, and the shot's gone before Van Dijk has turned completely and sprinted the other way. All he can do is throw that shit back in vain, right? But you can see the look on his face is kind of like, fuck. Like, damn. I just got hosed. And it is a bad play by Van Dijk because the rule, I mean, the number one reason it is for me, is because the rule that's preached in basketball, right, is stop the ball. Always stop the ball first. And Virgil van Dijk, in being this super high-level defender that he is prone to not stopping the ball. This is not the first time he's done something like this either. That's why there's the whole meme about Van Dijk always like running away from the dribbler. He's like trying to anticipate where that ball is going to go next. And in this instance, he just doesn't stop the ball. He's the guy that has to stop it. It's nobody else in this play that's going to be able to stop this ball. Konate's busy. This guy's pinching in. Probably could pinch in a little more to help out at this point. But he's the guy that has to stop the ball. And he gets baited into going over here and sends it full. And if I'm an attacking player in the future, right, memes aside, which the memes off this are tremendous. We've got him in the club. We've got him winning the Kentucky Derby or something. We've got him curling, which I don't even know how you think of that one. He's mopping up the urinals, which is important, right? It's like, besides the memes, fake the pass. You can move Van Dijk with a fake pass. He will sell his soul to try and get to that. Fake the pass, then shoot. He just didn't stop the ball. And that's the story behind this viral Garnacho right here. 100 subs and I'll recreate this picture.